welcome to my fourth reading. This one is going to be about checking in on your divine masculine and divine feminine within you. So everyone have this energy within them, so we're just gonna check on those. And the divine masculine is, that energy of protective, providing, achieving, hustling. And the divine feminine energy is receptive, receiving, surrendering, just receiving, nurturing. So you can use this reading as an energy check for your divine masculine and your divine feminine within you, or you can even use it for your 3D partner, because your partner that you're attracted to, or if you're not single, the partner that you are with could be an embodiment of your divine masculine and divine feminine within you. So there are 4 piles to choose from. The first one is this rose quartz. The second one is this black obsidian. The third one is this tiger eyes. And the fourth one is this malachite. So pick whatever pile you're drawn to, and please leave the rest if it doesn't resonate. So let's go. Hello and welcome to pile 1. Whoever choose this rose quartz. So checking in on your divine masculine, which is this side, and divine feminine, this side within you. What is their energy? Energy check in on your divine masculine and divine feminine. So this side is the divine masculine within you, so it is represented by the butterfly, and their strength is represented by the Hierophant, major arcana, and this code. What suffering is behind your anchor, and their weakness is represented by the 5 Pentacles, and the code. I'm not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. So 5 already with the divine masculine. And then this side is your divine feminine, and you are represented by the camel. Your strength is Daughter of Cup with the code. And when tomorrow comes, you call it today. Time remain and illusory play. And the divine feminine weakness is death. And the code. I hope there are days when you fall in love with being alive. So I'm gonna start with the masculine side, which is the butterfly, and the butterfly is an air element, so air is masculine energy, so it is in the right side. Your masculine side is going through a big transition right now, because the butterfly is a symbolism for transition, and it's going through a great change. Your strength, your masculine strength, is the Hierophant. So your masculine side is very patient, very open to learning. So it's number 5. There's 2 5 here, so like I said, very big change in your masculine side. Maybe even like that big transition, that big ancestry transition within you of the masculine side, because it feel like your masculine side want to break a tradition you know, a masculine side is like very traditional, very by the book, you would say, very straight-laced, very providing. That's usually how you would describe the masculine energy. And your masculine energy, Paiwan, is trying to not go against that, but trying to change how a traditional masculine side is by being more open-minded, by being more ready to learn about the true providing side of the masculine. So you feel like, Paiwan, that you are ready to change from what has been done before. For example, like within your family, everyone is doctor or like a nurse in medical school, but you have this urge to go toward a different path and explore this masculine side of you, this hardworking, this providing, this seeking knowledge. You got a major arcana for your strength, so this is a very good strength for your masculine side, because how can you grow is you are willing to learn, are open to learn new things, and you are willing to learn Paiwan, to be to open up your masculine side to a different kind of definition of masculinity, you could say, because it feel like when you decide, it feel like in the past when you do what you're supposed to do, you know, like for example, go to doctor, for example, becoming a doctor because that's what is your family tradition, like everyone just supposed to do that. You feel very stifled, very like very a bit of resentment toward this tradition and this kind of dynamic within it, even though from the outside it look really put together. You would say really lucky. People would admire your family tradition. Like, just an example, like, wow, this family is a family of doctor, how it's a family business, how amazing to have that cushion already, you know. But you find one that you have this deep resentment, or even like an anger, a burst of anger. Like, it's hard to describe it. It's like it's like lightning kind of feeling, kind of anger. Like, 1 minute you would be fine, like doing this thing that you're supposed to do, and the next you feel this uncontrollable rage at the world and at the tradition of where you're born into, and your weakness, or what you're supposed to work on. It's the 5 of Pentacles, and I'm not what happened to me, I'm just become. And you feel very, you feel very suffocated to the point of like willing to change the course or trajectory of where your family mostly pour into the masculine, which is, you know, going toward what expect of them. And Pi 1, you feel like you want to explore, you want to do other, maybe career, or even explore different type of relationship. You know, that traditional masculine energy is like you have to be the provider, you have to be the husband, the father, and you have to be the main, you have to be the protector of the family. And I feel like by one, your masculine energy would like to explore different dynamic of masculinity, and you might feel like that will cause a lot of conflict within your family. Like, for example, if your family is a family doctor and they expect you to go toward that path, and if you tell them you're not, and you know that the choice you're going for, the change you're going for, will cause a lot of sadness or a lot of disappointment in people in your family, because you're going toward what's not expected of you. But you know that you can't ignore this curious kind of feeling, or it seems like something that you have to work on is holding on to relationship, or grieving. Something you have to work on is lack mindset. So, for example, if you decide to transition your job, or like decide not to go to a medical school and to become a doctor, like how your family tradition is, and you feel like you're not gonna make it on your own, or like there won't be any job opportunity, or you don't have any other skill to offer. But that's just what you need to work on for high one, because that's not true. It seems like you know deep inside that your divine masculine want to explore, want to try new things, want to develop skill outside of the norm, or outside of the normal tradition of your family line. Like, that's just an example. Like, you want to explore maybe you, instead of a doctor, for example, you want to go toward counseling instead, a therapist. And it seemed like a normal kind of occupation, like people wouldn't bat an eye. But where you come from, or how you were raised or grown up, for example, like the doctor example, they would be really shocked, or even like disappointed and very against it. You know, they would try to convince you not to veer off your path, and something like that. Yeah, that's just the energy. That's just an example. So your divine masculine want to this analogy, your divine masculine, there's a key here. They want to get out of the cage, use the key to open the cage that they've been put in. Because in this society we have this very black and white understanding of what is a masculine, what is a feminine, and we often put those energy projected into like a gender. A masculine is always a man, or masculine or feminine is a woman, but that is untrue, because masculine and feminine is just an energy. It doesn't have nothing to do with gender. So if you think, oh, I'm a man, I can't do that, or yeah, it's like, it's just an example, like a small it's just an example. It's like men should be the doctor, and most the ratio of counselor is woman, and the ratio of doctor is men, something like that. It's like you want to break the norm of what stereotype is you want to like use this key to unlock your potential, your skill set, as well as your box that society or family put on you. So yeah, I say go for it by 1, because your divine masculine within you is really seeking adventure, really seeking to explore, and of course you're scared of like disappointing people or the uncertainty of future, because like I said, for example, of the doctor thing, like you have a cushion, you know what to do, you have a plan, like, oh, I go to medical school for a year and I'll be working in my family hospital, something like that. But if you don't follow that plan, you don't know like how your life gonna be like, what you're gonna do. But that's the exciting part, to be honest, by 1, because you're actually sick of the tradition, sick of actually knowing what you're gonna be, you know what I mean, like sick of the predictability of life. So it's like it is scary to explore and go into the unknown, especially when you were raised opposite of that. Like you have to know what you're supposed to do in 3 years, something like that. So but you owe it to your divine masculine, you owe it within yourself to explore. And yeah, I'm gonna move on to the divine feminine. So you got this camel. Okay, by 1. So it seems like your feminine side is it's ready to come out, very develop or very strong, as in this feminine side know who they are more than this masculine, but both are connected, of course, because they are within you. And this is a fire element, so fireman is actually masculine, but it's in the feminine side. So you got a lot of passion. It seemed, yeah, from this masculine, the example of the doctor, so it seemed like my example will continue. It seemed like instead of a doctor, you want to try something in the creative art instead. You want to, like, instead of going toward a doctor, you want to be like a dancer, an actor, I don't know, anything in the creative art. And you feel this very passionate creative spark, or even a direction, more like inner knowing. You know, my example of a doctor, like, you know, there's a blueprint, right, to follow, like 3-year medical school, training in the hospital, blah blah blah. It's like a plan that been written in your family. It's just an example, but you have the divine feminine within you, have this other plan, and it's actually really serious, like in detail as well. It's like you have this idea of a creative project that it's like a plan or step that you want to do, and you've been ignoring it, or you've been procrastinating, or you've been like scared to try, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, if you have this plan that would be auditioning, yeah, you have this plan, like practicing your acting and then go audition and then get a role and then get into this specific theater. It's like you have a plan to go toward this career, but it's you were a bit scared to put into motion, and because of the circumstance, of course, of your family, or not, or even like the society in general. It's like like the stereotype. You might, just an example, you might look a certain way, but you are drawn to a certain type of career, and in that certain type of career field, no one look like you. You know what I mean? It's like you might be a very, for example, big man with a lot of muscle or something like that, but you want to be a dancer. It's just an example. I know it's a dumb one, but it's like that kind of energy, you know, like go against the stereotypical type in that field. Yeah, and this is your biggest strength, which is creativity. Your divine feminine is full of creativity, and the divine feminine is bursting to come out. That's what you were feeling in the divine masculine side. It's like explore. It's like make way or open or unlock the key to your divine feminine, to explore artistic creativity, to come out and show another side of you that you know you have. And your weakness or something you need to work on is a major arcana. That is number 13 for. So this is also something you're scared of. It's really remind me of the divine masculine. This one is like, and this as well, this is a transition card. Your masculine side is going through a transition, and what you're scared of is letting go of the past, and your feminine is weakness or something they're scared of is also that transition, letting go of the past. You're scared that it will change your life forever, whatever you want to do or about to do. And you're right, Pi 1, but in a good way, because the way you're living right now doesn't feel very alive. You know what I mean? Not very passionate, not very spark. There's no spark because it's very predictable, very routine, very the same. Like you can even predict in like next 10 years what it's gonna be like. So that's not very exciting. So I hope that is when you fall in love with being alive. So this big transition that you want to do to make way for more room or way of your divine feminine, to put the divine feminine in the forefront, or let this side of you have the reign a bit, because it's very bursting to come out, to be honest. And I feel like you will feel alive for the first time in a long time when you do this. And it is scary when you were raised to follow the rules, follow the tradition, even in a family or in a country or culture, and there's gonna be a lot of change and you're scared of the unpredictability, but also really excited about it at the same time. But I think for this group, your divine feminine is coming to the forefront and want to be let loose, want to be in the forefront, want to let loose their creativity, want to follow the plan or their dream. Like for example, like the theater kind of example that I mentioned, like you want to go audition and then make a goal, like you want to get into this specific theater because it's what you're drawn to, something like that, yeah. Or break the rule, break the norm, like instead of another example, instead of becoming a doctor, you want to be a counselor, a nurse instead. You know, something different, something that are not the usual expectation of your plan. So yes, and if you feel this kind of energy and you would like to put into motion, I say please go for it, because you will find that as the more we ignore our divine feminine, the more there will be this imbalance inside us, because the energy of divine masculine and divine feminine is inside us, and there are they should be balanced, and how they could be is by giving them their time, their care, their attention, their time to explore and come out. And I see your divine feminine is really want to express themselves in a lot of ways, like creativity, arts, travel, vlogging. Yeah, so please let your divine feminine come out. We can't just love one part of ourselves or only focus on one part of ourselves, even though the world, the society, our parent only like pay attention or only focus on the masculine part, like part 1 in this world, the masculine energy, type of what they do is very admire in the world, as in very like put it on a pedestal, and while the feminine side of the world is very looked down upon or like dismissed. Just an example, like extreme example, like people would look down on an artist and they would admire a doctor, something like that. It's just an example, but that's like a kind of representation of masculine and feminine energy, and we don't have to contribute to that. Like we can break away from that, and we can give ourselves a chance to focus on both, because both are within us, and it's crucial that we don't ignore the feminine side of us, even though in this world there hardly any room for the divine feminine, so we gotta make that room ourselves. So yeah, next I'm gonna give you this Whisper of Love deck. It's my favorite deck, so pretty. So how can you connect to your divine masculine more is this card, number 438. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. And this card, when I say those you love and act on it, it's I get that the masculine in you really love the feminine and really want to give room or give time or give space for the divine feminine to act, for them to like let loose their creativity or come out and act. I don't know, yeah. So that's your divine masculine. How can you connect more to your divine masculine? And this one, how can you connect more to your divine feminine, is number 20. I love you. These are powerful words. Yes, it's like really resonated. In please give more love to the divine feminine, give more attention and focus. So I'm gonna read number 48. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. People often give clues about what is important to them. Like how your divine feminine give clue to the masculine, that the masculine feel like there's something to explore, and yeah, it's the divine feminine. You can show your affection for someone by listening when they have a lot to say, going for a walk with them, helping with chores, or planning a vacation together. Paying attention to what others are telling you can help you understand how to love them better. So while this refer to other, my intention is like this refer to another side of you, which is the feminine, and vice versa. Like this is you, it's both sides of you talking to each other, if that makes sense. Paying attention to what others are telling you can help you understand how to love them better. Create time for someone in your life. Yeah, your divine feminine, your other side of you. No matter what you have in your schedule, make finding moments for those you love a priority. Those who love you understand you're busy, so when you change your day for someone, it does not go unnoticed. There are so many ways to show someone you are thinking of them. Send flowers, an email, text, or make a phone call. Preparing a favorite meal for someone or running an errand to elevate stress are simple ways of showing your love. An angel adorned with flowers has scene of kindness and love depicted in her wings. This is a gentle reminder of the ways you can show love to those around you. The angel has a hibiscus flower in her hair. It is time for a clear demonstration of happiness and delight. Sometimes You need to do a little bit more to express love to those around you. What I get is like, give room and space for your divine masculine to also explore other side of them that is not rooted in, tradition, like expectation. Just like let the divine masculine explore, make time and room for the divine masculine to explore as well. And yeah, the feminine, how can you feel more loved and connected to your divine feminine? You always have choice. Make yours with love. You are constantly making choices. When you choose love, negative feelings have no place in your heart. Telling and retelling a negative... Oh! Why am I reading this one? That's so weird. But whatever. I'm just gonna... Instead of number 20, so I'm just gonna read this one too. Will heal... have no place in your heart. Telling and retelling a negative situation will not heal it. Surround the situation in love. Choose to see your responsibility and focus on love. This card relates to your perception of your world. Do you blame your environment for what is going on in your life? This culpability could include your fate, your belief system, your life experiences. Yeah, belief system is a strong word in this reading. Or your parents. That's so weird. Regardless of what has or will go on in your life, you always have a choice. It may not be easy, but choosing to love and be loving is your best option. You are in control of how you feel. The silhouette of a woman's face is the backdrop to various images and memories. You can decide how you remember the events in your life. If you wish, you can reframe your thoughts to find love in all situations. Yeah, you do have a choice. Pie 1, even though it doesn't seem like it, you do have a choice to express your feminine side or bring forth your feminine side and let your masculine side explore what hasn't been taught or done before. So I'm just going to show you the number 21 card. For some reason, I start reading that one. So this is the number 21 card. Choose love. You always have choice. Make yours with love. Look, another butterfly. It's a blue butterfly. Yeah. So I'm gonna read the number 20. I love you. These are powerful words. Whether you are addressing a pet, a friend, your partner, or yourself. The divine feminine. How can you feel more connected to your divine feminine within you? These are the most important words you can say. Do not hold these words in. Giving them often and freely will not take their power away. Be ready and willing to say I love you. Yes, we need to pay more attention or even give attention to our divine feminine. Like I said, in this world, they are being dismissed a lot, and in the society, they tend to dismiss the feminine energy, so we do it too unconsciously. So we gotta be consciously aware that we do love our divine feminine. Recall the last time you expressed love for yourself. Do you love who you are? Do you avoid thinking about how you feel about yourself? Expression of love are powerful for anyone to receive, including you. Take a moment to acknowledge what an incredible person you are. Declare I love you. Let that love animate from you out into the world. A golden hue angel claps her hands over her heart and gazes into the heaven. She is a reminder that angels do watch over you. If you are not in a loving space, the angel can help by saturating you with unconditional love. The golden color of the angel could denote the sacral chakra. This is the chakra of relationship, feelings, emotion, and identity. Clear and balance your sacral chakra. How you can connect to your divine feminine more is work on your sacral chakra, which is like creativity, just create and let loose your creativity. And now part 1, I'm going to give you a poem. So I write a lot of original poetry, and this is the one you got. Number 55 is called Surrendering. Surrendering my sorrow, surrendering to my flaws. If there is no perfection, I would be perfect. Nitpicking my vision, aiming for the best, left behind a broken body. and anxiety written my right path don't do that. Peace is not a compromise, 'tis a birthright, just like how everyone will die. Getting my soul back, revive my forgotten joy. Every day is supposed to be precious, not wishing for it to stop. I think this really go with this fear of the divine feminine, of like, I hope there are days when you fall in love with being alive instead of wishing it to stop, because you just feel, you know, you don't feel the spark of life anymore, because you might have been ignoring this big other part of you. So yeah, so that's your reading, pile 1. This is your divine masculine and divine feminine within yourself. It's just a check-in to see what do we need to work on and give attention to. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. Oh, if you want to listen to more of my original poetry, you can follow my link below. Thank you. Bye. Hello, pile 2. Whoever choose this black obsidian. So what energy is your divine masculine and what energy is your divine feminine? We all have both within us, so let's check on yours by 2. For the divine masculine is this side and divine feminine is this side, and your divine masculine is represented by the lizard, and your divine masculine strength is the high priestess with this code: when you love what you have everything. And your divine masculine weakness or thing they need to work on is Son of Pentacle with this code: relax, nothing is under control. And for your divine feminine, you got the beaver with the strength is the Son of Sword and the Fire of Sword with this code: you make mistake because you're focusing on the target and not on your action. And the weakness is the Seven of Swords with this code: don't wander away from yourself to get close to someone else. Okay, pile 2. What is your masculine energy and your feminine energy? Is that your masculine is a fire sign and your feminine is a water sign. So you actually have quite a balanced energy within you between the masculine and the feminine, and it seems they both seem to work with each other really well. So I'm gonna start with your masculine side. It seems like your masculine side is very instinctual, like very, you could say primal, very active, passionate. You might work out a lot or have a lot of energy and prefer to be on the go, and don't really like stagnancy. And you might like you prefer hot weather or summer day opposed to winter, and you don't like to sit still, which is weird because you got the priestess for your strength. But it's not in a way where you don't like to sit still, but not in a way of trying to run away from something, or like try to purposely distract yourself or whatever. No, you just love to be active. You just love to go out and, I don't know, hiking, running. So yeah, your masculine side is very active, and it does come out when your masculine side is very active and have very good instinct. So it does come out when your gut instinct is required. Like, for example, if you in a business, doing a business deal, your masculine side is very intuitive, so they would be able to feel or sniff out a deal that benefit your career. Yeah, you have such a good instinct in in everything, honestly. It's like for example, if you're going to buy a house, or like, yeah, if you're going to buy a house, you know that this house value will increase in the future, or you just have a good feeling that this is the right place with all its benefit. Yeah, something like that. Like pie 2, it seems you trust your instinct and your gut really well, and you're right to do that because you have such a good gut instinct. It's like if you feel like this person is off, they're not who they say they are, and yeah, and you somehow know that and somehow trust that, and you be saving yourself a lot of trouble. And it seems you seem to be lucky, but it's not just luck. Pie 2, it's your instinct. You kind of proactive in a way of able to already know what's not good for you, so you would naturally avoid it to save yourself trouble. That's such a good power to have, honestly. Yeah, it seemed like your masculine side want to build something that's very dear to your heart, I guess. It's like, for example, you want to build a home, like literally a home, or a business, or a company, or like a creative project. Literally, it seems like you are trying to build something, and your masculine side is very excited, very like, feel like this is this is your life purpose or something. Like, this business is my life purpose, this house is my life purpose. And your divine masculine strength is that you have this inner knowing to trust your instinct or trust your divine feminine. Trust that inside you there's two energy and they are working together. Yes, it seems like you're very balanced in terms of your masculine and your feminine energy. It seems like they're actually working together. So your strength with the high priestess in your divine masculine is that they going toward their dream, and they're trusting the divine feminine kind of intuition or advice or like patience. So the divine masculine in this side are not like taking over or like have this energy of I'm in charge and it's business only. You know, like for example, if you're building a home or a business, the divine masculine would often go like, this is business, it's only profit only, and the house structure would be so it has to be practical. Doesn't matter what material or where. It's like very factual matter and focusing on like materialistic. But it seems that your strength is that that's not how you go about things. Pie 2, your divine masculine seem to listen to the instinct of the divine feminine, and you would feel like, I say for example, if you're building a house, instead of just looking at the level surface or the 3D stuff, you would feel like, oh, this place has good energy, you know, this place has this place feel right, this place has good vibe, you know what I mean, like good spirit or whatever, something like that. Or like the example in the business sense, like doing business is not all about just profits or quantity or like produce marketing. It's about also creativity and services and feedback from your customer. Yeah, something like that. So your strength in your divine masculine is you do make room and make way for your divine feminine input, and take their contribute into consideration to achieve your dream and what you love. So that's very nice. That's actually really balanced. Yeah, you do have quite a balanced energy here, so it's really good to see. And for your weakness, for the divine masculine, or what you need to work on, is the Sun of Pentacles. Yeah, it seems like you're a bit impatient though, so your strength and your weakness really also balance each other. But yeah, where you try to be more patient, try to give way to the divine masculine, something you need to work on is like not focusing on the result too much, or going a bit too fast, if you know what I mean, or expecting to go as you planned. You know what I mean? It's like you have a plan, for example, that you're going to build a house, and you know that you know what you have to do, like all the steps, and then you estimate, oh, everything will be done in 2 years. I will build this house under 2 years, or I will build this business up in like about 2 years, and you expect everything to go as plans. But yeah, that's it. So what you need to work on, that it's kind of expect the unexpected in a way, and that nothing is, even if you do everything right, not everything can go according to the plan, and that's fine, because things happen for a reason. And you do have this gift or this power to avoid pom-pom, or sniff out pom-pom before it even happens. Like you even, like for example, with building a house, you would feel like this contractor is not telling you the whole truth, or they have like, they just don't add up, or have weird vibes, so you would like to change a contractor or something like that. So you do have a good instinct to avoid trouble. But even if sometimes that fail, or like something happened, something not in the plan, or something, you know, like unexpected, like the material, for example, with the house building, like the material runs out and you don't know what to do. You have to wait like months for it to restock to build your house, and that really put your plan in a delay. So yeah, even if you think that everything gonna happen, it's more of learning to accept that even if you're doing everything right, life still happen, and that's okay. It's not your fault, or it's not your fault that you didn't see it coming. It's not your fault that you didn't feel it earlier. It's not your fault that you didn't plan properly, or you didn't take this into consideration, because sometimes life just happen, and you can't plan or expect everything, you know. It's unpredictable, and that's half of the fun, I think. It's like if you're doing something like creating a project, and everything go according to plan, and it's great, and that's fine. But it's like not everything gonna be like that, and we just have to accept that's life. And and have more trust in your ability to solve problem. You do have that trust in yourself to foresee problem before it happen, but also you should work on your ability to solve problem when it happens, because you also have that ability, Paidu, to solve problem when it happens. You don't need because problems are always gonna happen. But that's why, because we can handle it. Okay, so for your divine feminine, you got the beaver. You make mistakes. Okay, so it seemed like you divine masculine and your divine feminine inside you is working together, so that's really good. And your divine feminine is very determined, very loyal, and very focused. Your divine feminine strength is the Sun of Swords, and yeah, they're so focused to the point of brilliant, I guess. It's like, for example, if you are building a house, your divine feminine would focus on that until it finished, no matter how long that would take. And they would pick their battles, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, that example about the material, like the material that ran out that you need to build your house, the feminine would pick their battle, as in they wouldn't wait like months until it restocked. They would change the type of material needed. It's like they're very, despite being in water, they're very flexible in like that. And yeah, that's really inside you. This really complement your masculine, where they have this plan. They're like, I'm building a house, for example, and I'm going to use this type of material, and it's going to go good according to this plan. It's going to take me 2 years, but when life happened and that material that you're using right now, the masculine side, it's feel a bit like a bit irritated, I guess, that your plan is ruining, something like that. It's just an example. And the masculine side, the feminine side of you would go like, would surrender and be a bit like, okay, selective of their battles. Like, the feminine side can see the whole picture, not the detail. Your masculine side would fixate and focus too much on the detail, while your feminine side can see the whole picture and would go, if this material ran out, we can use another instead, according to that example, so that our house building project doesn't get delayed too much, something like that. Or another example is like, if this contractor is it's being a bit dodgy and like avoiding our request about a question about when are they gonna finish building the house or whatever, we can change contractor. We don't need to use the specific one. Like it seemed like your feminine really calm your masculine side out, or put practical plan into your masculine project. Is like, for example, your masculine have a plan or have a passion or idea about building a business, and they put that emotion and they have a specific way they want to do it, while the feminine in you would actually do the practical step that might unexpectedly come up, like the budgeting, the little costs, because ultimately your divine feminine is very focused, and they're very supportive of the masculine idea. So these energy are in you, and that's why I say it's very, very balanced, because your masculine have an idea and your feminine side would practically help and support the masculine build that idea. And they won't allow the masculine side to be distracted. It's like every time the masculine side get distracted by another project or like life, the feminine side in you would go like, focus, we have plan, we have project to finish. We can't afford to get into like conflict with other, or get into, you know, distraction, or even self-doubt or distraction within. Like if the masculine side have this doubt and fear, like, oh, I will never finish building this house, or this house will never be finished, for example, or like my business won't take off, it will fail, whatever, the feminine side would let the masculine give up. It would tell the masculine to like focus and just keep going, because if it work out or not, if the business will fail or be success doesn't matter, as long as we finish what we're building. Yeah, just an example. So that's really nice. I really like that. It's working together, like this energy is working together inside you in tandem, and it's really nice. Honestly, very rare if you know to see such a balanced energy. For your feminine weakness, something they need to work on is the Seven of Swords. Yeah. One thing that your feminine side need to work on is that they are loyal and committed to the idea of the masculine, but even if they are not as passionate or not as aligned with kind of project. So yes, what your feminine side need to work on is, for example, if the masculine have a project on building a house and they want it a certain way and a certain colors, and the feminine in you is dedicated on supporting that and help build that and practically put in plan for that, even though they might disagree on some of the details, like the feminine rather like a blue house instead of red, but they do, like, they have such a focus on the project that sometimes they forget to focus on their preference. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm focusing on finishing this house, helping my divine masculine build a house, and I'm gonna do that. But sometimes the divine feminine kind of not lose, but like very focused on the project to finish it, and didn't really stop and ask herself, I guess, themselves, about their preference. Like, do I like red house? Is that what I want? You know what I mean? Or like the business example, like, I'm gonna help you build a business, but like, is this business in alignment with my preference? Do I want to be doing this business for the long run? It's like, yeah, one thing that the divine feminine have to work on is kind of stop and ask themselves about their preference, and not like deny what they prefer before they dedicate their energy into support their divine masculine. Yeah, it's like if you put this whole thing together, for example, it's gonna be like, I want to start a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna dedicate like maybe 6 months, 3 months, or even a year, yeah, to my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel it's gonna be about trending things, you know, things that are trending at the moment. I don't know, like a haul, like clothes haul, fashion, or whatever that's trending. Yeah, and I'm gonna dedicate 3 months into my channel. And if we incorporate our strength more instead of our weakness, we would consider, like, I do want to start my passion project, my YouTube channel, but I want it to be me, you know, something that in align with me, something that go with me. Like, I don't want to do what's trending. I want to film DIY or like house building, something like that. Yeah, I want to film a day in my life, or yeah, something like that video instead of what's trending. So yeah, so please, so that's the whole energy here. It's like, notice when there's an imbalance between the masculine and feminine, when you try to get things done so fast that you forgot to consider your preference. Yeah, that's the only thing. Other than that, is you're doing really good. Pie 2, your energy is very balanced, and I feel like you're doing a good job working together, as in, yeah, working together within yourself. Your masculine and your feminine is working together really well, and that can be reflected in your 2D partner. If you're not single, if you have a partner, notice how your either your partner, either their masculine or feminine energy, doesn't matter. Notice how they reflect either your masculine energy or your feminine energy. Yeah, so it's just, this energy is just a reflection of you from your partner. So yeah, if you're the, so if, for example, if you're the feminine in the relationship, in your relationship, right, with your romantic partner, just observe if your romantic partner has a masculine energy that's like this, that's the same as you do inside of you. Are they like the physical embodiment of your masculine energy? So just if you have a partner, that's just a observation, something to do. Okay, so pie 2, I'm gonna give you this whisper of love card for how can you connect more to your divine masculine and divine feminine. So for your divine masculine, you got 2 cards. Number 30, true love. This love is once in a lifetime. Yeah. And number 7, the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. Yeah, and it seems like your divine masculine and your divine feminine in yourself, within yourself, do love each other. I can see that. So I'm just gonna read the number 30. This love is once in a lifetime. This relationship is part of your life's plan. Unconditional love is easier said than done. Remember the love aspect of your partnership. If it is a true relationship, the connection will be almost perfectly balanced. Oh my god, I did say that. I said that your relationship within you of your divine masculine and divine feminine is balanced. Maintaining the love in a relationship takes more than good intention. Positive intention are a solid first step, but it is better to learn how to nurture your relationship each day. This is vital to staying connected and growing your love into a strong bond. Be open to love when it shows up in your life. Be authentic and avoid changing yourself to mirror your potential partner. Make sure you are voicing your values. Yeah, this go with this that I just explained about voicing your values and your preference. True love is elusive and rare. Look for someone who meets your emotional, spiritual, and physical needs. The young lover's eventual kiss might be portraying a true love kiss. The sparrow on the left may indicate elevated thoughts and standards. The sparrow encourages you to keep your heart light on and release heavier energy. The child next to the sparrow represents childlike ideology and is a message to enjoy the moments as they present themselves. The pair of unicorns at the head of the partner on the right evokes the magical energy surrounding the relationship you aspire to achieve. So that's number 30 and number 7. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. You may have been conditioned to dwell on problems. It is important to remember the true reality is love. Choose to take a deep breath and focus on what is true. Negativity will disappear when you affirm everything is okay when I choose love. Yes, this refers to when I say that you seem to see problem coming because you do, I guess, focus on it before it even come up so you can avoid it. But you can't avoid problem indefinitely, so everything is okay or will be okay when I choose love. There are many things you can do to shift into a more loving flow. Work at having healthy, encouraging conversation with yourself and others. Squash any negative inner dialogue and notice the positive aspect and people in your life. Be realistic about what is going on in your life. Yes, only love is real, but there is sadness, depression, doubt, worry, and anger. This card is about finding balance in your life, so these challenging times are not overwhelming, and you are able to remember that love is at the core of everything. The dominant imagery of this card could represent the tree of life, rooted in the earth and extending toward heaven. While you are having a human experience, it can appear that you are alone, yet in the heavenly realm, we are all one and love prevails. There are multiple images in the card that symbolize peace, love, and support. Find and meditate on something you are optimistic about. So number 22. So what was I gonna say? Yes, so it seems like I said, you are most of the time balanced within your masculine and divine and feminine. So when you find yourself out of balance, it's okay. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. We can come back into balance again by meditating, by give ourselves some grace and time to, find balance again. So how can you connect more to your divine feminine? It's this one. Number 4, you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. Number 4. When you are too close to a situation, you only have one perspective. There are so many possible outcomes for this situation. Take a broader look, release the need to control what is happening, and allow your inner knowing to help you. Things always work out as they should. When your soul is experiencing its purest form, it has limitless knowledge, infinite wisdom, and boundless energy. You may have developed some negative self-talk that is limiting what you can accomplish. Connect to the beautiful light that dwells in your being and represent your soul. Remember that your abilities are fueled by your imagination. Dream big. A unicorn emerges from a woman's being. The unicorn represents healing powers, possibilities, and knowledge of the soul. 2 swans sit in the heart area to signify the grace that is connected to you always. Trust in your ability and know you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So that's the 2 swan. It seems like your feminine side is a bit more realistic, a bit more grounded, a bit more hesitant to dream big. So that might be one of the things you can think about. So as I was saying before about how your 2D partner can embody your inner divine masculine or divine feminine depending on who you are. If you don't have a partner yet, or if you're single, if you want to know, if you don't know like what type of person is suited for you, or like how can you attract partner that are complementing you, this could be like an energy check. Like, so if, for example, if this is your divine masculine, and if you want to attract a divine masculine, is your own masculine energy sound like something you would like? Or if not, then we can work on that, yeah, something like that. So pie 2, I'm gonna give you a poem. So pie 2, your poem is number 16, and this one is called The 4 of Wands. I personally choose this one for you because the 4 of Wands represent like home, I guess, I reference like building a house a lot, so kind of, yeah. With hopeful seed, you planted your needs and wish them well, hoping they grow to abundance more for you to sell. What are flowers and what are weed? Which shall you keep? Which is which? Which is which? You cannot tell. In 4 of Wands you have built, but slowly reality seep in like stained water dripping into your ideal dreams. Your house must sustain, strong concrete standing, firm foundation as storm ruin. It won't be blown apart, as you will make sure that you're not building a house of cards. Yes, so it's important to recognize, like, you have such a, your energy is so balanced, so you have such a gift to build stuff, like I say, a house, business, a lifestyle, a project, but just remember to check in that what you are building or creating is in alignment with your feminine with your feminine energy, especially your feminine energy. Yeah, so yeah, pile 2, that's your poem. And if you want to want to read more of my original poetry, you can follow me in the link below. So thank you so much. Bye. Hi, pile 3, whoever chooses this tiger side. So today we be checking in on our divine masculine and our divine feminine within us. So this side is your divine masculine and this side is your divine feminine. So for your divine masculine, you got your energy is represented by the dragonfly and the lion, and the strength is the 5 of Pentacles with this quote: we are our choices. So 5-5. And then thing that the divine masculine need to work on is the Son of Pentacles with the quote: I'm not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. And for the divine feminine, you got the elephant, and then for your strength is the Empress, which is amazing. And the quote: it's okay that you're not who you thought you would be. And thing that the divine feminine need to work on is the 5 of Swords. But I think it's important that we try new things, because if we don't, how will we know if we like them or not? Okay, pile 3. The energy of your divine masculine and the energy of your divine feminine is that your divine masculine is represented by the lion, which is the fire sign, and dragonfly, which is an air sign, and both element is masculine element. So maybe in your daily life or your natural state, you resided more in the masculine, but yeah. And your strength is by Pentacles with this quote: we are our choices. So pile 3, I think your divine masculine is very guarded, but not, very guarded, but not in a self-destructive way, but in a, I'm protecting myself and my peace and protecting what I love. Like for example, you might be in a position of power or in a higher position in life, or you just, something like that. And it's like that quote, right? The more higher up you go, the more you need to protect yourself, because there's a lot of eyes on you or spotlight on you, and the more you have to give, the more people want from you. That, like, it doesn't have to be like a high position of power, or like, for example, just an example, you got a job and that your job pay well compared to the rest of your family, and when they see you doing good, they want to, get a piece of that. It's just an example. It's like that energy. So your masculine is very accomplished and very respected, have a lot of integrity, and might even be in the spotlight, and very intelligent too, very smart, and you could call it cutthroat, even though there's no sword here, only pentacle. But it's like that example, right, of you getting a job and it's pay well, and suddenly all your immediate family want to have, a piece of that. Like they want to borrow your money because they know you're doing well. But it's like, to make a choice that would benefit you, and not like that example, you would, if someone come and borrow your money, you would make a choice that would benefit you in the long run, as in, if I let you borrow my money, then I wouldn't have. It's like you wouldn't mind making a rational choice, because it's like that example where previously, before you even get like a well-paying job, those family wouldn't even talk to you, or if you were in trouble, you couldn't even ask them for help. But then when you like doing good and get a well-paid job, suddenly they come in and ask for your help. It's like kind of imbalanced kind of relationship. Yeah, so you must know not to fall into that kind of savior complex, you know what I mean? Even though you can help people, doesn't mean you have to. Even though you have a lot of resources, doesn't mean you can give it to everyone. What I'm trying to say is like discernment. Yes, you have good discernment. Your divine masculine have good discernment about, is this person really need my help, or are they just taking the easy way out by coming to me? You know what I mean? It's like you can discern between this person, this family member, just an example, really do need my help and they really need it. And if they really do, you would extend your help. But if they're just coming to me, asking for help, asking for more, to borrow money because they see me having more, and they don't really need it, they just want to borrow to like down payment a car that they don't need. So I would, say no. And like, yeah, that's just a long example, but that's your divine masculine. Very good discernment, very good. They make really good choices. Very intelligent. Like you can read people off the bat, like this person is trying to kiss ass, if you know what I mean. They want something from me. Yeah, that's it. Your divine masculine really good at telling if people are genuine or not, or they're just coming close to you to just want something from you just because you have something to give. You have a lot to give. Pie 3, and your divine masculine have a lot to give, a lot of resources, skill, even like knowledge, advice, whatever. And you find that whereas before you wouldn't mind sharing these resources of yours, yeah, and it didn't go well, if you know what I mean. So if like, for example, just an example, like you have a good paying job and your immediate family come and borrow your money, and you're like, okay, fine, just one time they need it, and then that family member keep coming back and borrow again, like come back and just keep coming back and borrowing your money again and again. It's like, yeah, it's like now not to just give away your resources just because you can. Yeah. And one of your divine masculine strength is acceptance. Yes, they within you, yeah, your divine masculine have such a good acceptance. And that's, like I say, for example, about accepting that this person is coming to me just because they need something. They don't really want to get to know me, and you accept that, and you don't have like anger, or you don't feel malice or anything toward them just because they have not so pure intention toward you, because you accept that some people are just like that, you know. Some people just want to get some people just see light and they just want to get a piece of that light, yeah, without considering how that will affect the person. Yeah, so you might have just a few friends, like very tiny friend that you can rely on. Yeah, you don't have a lot of friends. You do have a lot of acquaintances and people who know you, or business partner, but you don't have that much close friend. Maybe just 3 people that you can trust. Yeah, and you, like I said, you accept and you know that we are choices, and then those people make their choices. They just, yeah, it's like you coming to me to get something from me, and that's your choice. So that means we're not we don't have a relationship deeper than that. It's just your choice to come at me with benefit mindset, with what can I get from this person mindset, instead of coming in to get to know me. Yeah, that's your divine masculine. They're very intelligent, they're very like analytical. They can see what people intention are towards them and what they have. Yeah, and your weakness, or what you need to work on, is the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, it seems like your strength is like just sell people, or like can see their intention or what they're coming toward you. But what you need to work on is that maybe that could be a reverse of it, as in you keeping out people to protect yourself, and that's fine, and that's good, and that's necessary, right? Because of what you have to protect. But that's also a double-edged sword, because you're also keeping people who might even be a great friend, or, you know, genuine connection. So how can you tell? So your weakness, the thing you need to work on, the divine masculine, is that you're a bit too guarded because of your past, I guess. With that example of the immediate family, it doesn't have to be the immediate, it could be within your family. Even like when I was, just an example, when I was broke and just starting off my career, my parent doesn't care about me. In fact, they're even going against my dream, and then when I achieve my dream and become successful, they want to have a piece of that, and they would come in and comment like, oh, I know you can do it all along, even though that's not what happened. So yeah, that's just an example. So you have this guarded personality, like people would flip a switch, as in you know that people only treat you nice. Well, you kind of have this suspicious nature of maybe your acquaintance and people you know, like in the back of your mind, are they treating me nice because they really like who I am, they care about me, or are they treating me nice because they want something from me, because I have a lot to give, because I'm, for example, as a business owner, a CEO, or I'm rich or whatever. Yeah, something like that. So you have this divine masculine, and you have this suspicious nature of like, what do people want from me? Are they really nice to me? Just are they really genuine? It's like trust issue, yes. And I think it stemmed from the past of what happened to you. It doesn't have to be a parent. Another example would be like a partnership, romantic relationship. Like you thought this person really love you, but they just, in reality, they just love what you do or what you can give them. Yeah, because your divine masculine is very strong, very a good provider. You have a lot to give, as in not just materially, but like resource, knowledge, insight, advice, even like a sense of adventure, like magic, you know what I mean? It's like your divine masculine is very adventurous, very curious, as in let's like example, they would suddenly want to travel to a country they've never been, like let's go to Egypt, let's go to Malta, something like that. Let's travel, let's explore, let's dive in a topic that never been discussed before. Your divine masculine is very curious. They might love to study like niche topic, like niche knowledge like astrology, carpentry, chess. Like they're very smart, like extremely smart, and love to dive deep into a certain topic, even like mythology. Like they would know a lot of things. And this side of your divine masculine, not a lot of people know, because either the people didn't get the time to know you, didn't take the time to know you, or you yourself don't let them, or guard it. So you have this deep, it's like a child, like a deep curious, deep like a sense of adventure. Like I don't know, this divine masculine of yours is really nice, honestly, because even though they've been through a lot, like people maybe had taken advantage of them a lot or used them a lot, your divine masculine still have this sense of adventure, sense of magic, like curious about the world, even though they find it hard to trust people because of the past, they still, I don't know, find in them to not be jaded in the world and find a sense of joy elsewhere, if not in people, then in interest. Yeah, so that is your divine masculine pie 3. I'm gonna move on to your divine feminine. You got the Elephant, Empress. Wow, both of your masculine and feminine within you, inside you, is really strong, really high level, I guess. Really good to see. But your divine feminine is a fire side, which is a more masculine side, so it's a bit, but I consider this, actually these two cards have the same kind of energy. I would say like the Elephant would be like an Empress for me, and Empress, Elephant, EE, I don't know, your name might be started with an E. And yeah, like your divine masculine, you have this sense of acceptance within yourself, the world, and how it is. Like the world, people are how they are, like this is how it is, but not to the point of like detriment of like accepting that the world is bad or anything. It's just a sense of acceptance about the reality, but not in a jaded way, but in like, I accept the past and the present and what people are, but I myself still gonna hold pure intention regardless. Yes, you don't let the world affect you. And yeah, like I said, your divine masculine is very smart, very intelligent, as well as your divine feminine. Your divine feminine is smart as well and intelligent, but in a more wisdom-y way. Like they have a lot of wisdom, they're very wise. 3, 5, you got a lot of 5, like this 5, 5 and 5, 5. So 5, 5, 5 for 5, 5, 5, 5 might be a number that you see a lot. Like your divine masculine, honestly, like I mentioned, you just know thing about people, like their intention, because your divine feminine is also like that. Like you can see people intention and you accept them for what they are, because you understand why they are the way they are. You know, like that example, like the immediate family would come and borrow money again and again, and you would stand your ground, like once is enough, even twice, but it's not gonna happen a third time. You wouldn't let them, you know, take advantage of you the third time. But you understand, you won't hold resentment, you hold compassion and knowledge that they are the way they are because they have greed issue or whatever. Yeah, something like that. You won't internalize or like take on the projection of what happened to you. It's like if they keep coming in to borrow your money, some people would go like, why me? Why only me? Like, what's wrong with me? Why do they want a lot from me? Or why do people do this to me? Why do people are so fake around me? Is it something wrong with me? Something like that. So you're not like that. Like your divine feminine know that it's not you. Like what happened to you, it's not because of you, it's because of other people projection. You know, you wouldn't internalize someone words. If someone come up and say nasty thing to you, you would go, oh, that person have an issue with themselves, you know. Yeah, something like that. And that's really good. High tree, your divine feminine know when to stand their ground, when to a great discernment. And it's not like you just suddenly have this discernment out of nowhere. It's because you've been through a lot. Your divine feminine, especially, you can see this. Yeah, your divine feminine had been criticized a lot and put down a lot by people around you, even family. I think just an example, like that example of, what are you doing? Your dream won't come true. Why don't you get a real job? Something like that. Sorry, just an example. And your divine feminine learn not to take that too hard, to believe in yourself and your inner guidance. And just, yeah, it's just a projection of those people, right? Like a lot of people get triggered by a person who follow their dreams, because those people are envied that you are able to do it, and they're like, you know, projecting this fear onto you. It's like, for example, it's like you said, for example, you might say that you want to be an YouTuber, an influencer, and then your friend or your family, whatever, would, like, not necessarily against it, but they would project the fear. It's like, are you sure, YouTuber? If you're going to be a YouTuber, it's so hard to be successful in that field. You know that field is it's not a real job, right? Something like that. It's like you would never, it's 1 in a million chance to be successful in that, you know, like that. So they would project all this fear to you, and it's not even have nothing to do with you, honestly, or your dream. It's just their fear in regard of that. So now you know, by 3, now your divine feminine know and accept what have happened to you and disregard that, because it had nothing to do with us. It's okay that you're not who you thought you'd be. Yes, it's like people make you think you're something you're not, and for the longest time you believe them. But then as you get to know yourself, your strength, by 3 for your divine feminine is the Empress. The Empress is very in her power, right? She knows who she is. She won't project or chase anyone or anything, because she knows she have it in her all along. Yeah, that's you. That's your divine feminine pie. Oh, pie 3, you know now to sit back, relax, and let the story unfold in front of you and not force it. And just let people be who they are. Let people show you who they are. And that quote, right? When people show you who they are the first time, believe them. And that's you, pie 3. You believe. You just let people show themselves. And you just accept them for who they are. If they're like fake people, you just, accept that. If they're genuine, you just accept that. If they're not, you just accept that. If they have good intention or not, you just accept that. You're not trying to convince yourself or them anymore about who you are. You're just like, this is me. Take it or leave it. And your divine feminine had fallen in love with themselves, yourself. Like, you have fallen in love with your divine feminine. And that changed the game for how people treat you, or how you would yes, you give time and space to yourself and self-care. It's like, for example, it's like people would work very busy, and then you would take a break, and you would go like, I might go and have a nap, like an hour nap. And people might project onto you and go like, what? We don't have time for an hour nap. We have work to do. That's silly. That's a waste of time. But it's just an example. And then, but pie 3, you would go, that you need a nap. And that's even taking a nap. It's a form of self-care because you listen to your needs. And if you need a nap, then you go take a nap. And if you need a break, you go take a break. If you need to go to, to get your nails done, to go to a masseuse, you do that for yourself. You take care of your divine feminine needs. Even when people would project their fears to you and would look at you like, why? Like, why do they have time for a nap? Their priorities must be set straight, but it's opposite. But the truth is the opposite. It's you're the one who know what the real priority is, and that is yourself. You are more important than what you do. You are more important than what you give to people, or what you provide, or what you contribute, or what you have. The most important thing in life is not what you have, it's you. The most important thing in life is you, pie 3, and you know that, and your divine feminine know that. That's why you're taking care of you, your mental health, your physical health, your needs. Yes. One thing you need to work on is the 5 of Swords. Yes. And sometimes you do feel a bit of conflict because people would come at you, when you put yourself first, when you're the priority, when you put yourself as the priority. People would come at you and like project. They fear, it's like, for example, if there's like a big family dinner, right? And you feel everyone, a family dinner, so, but you feel like you're exhausted. You feel like you can't mentally or emotionally go through or go to a family dinner because you don't, there might be some toxic family member and you would cancel, as in like inform them that, I can't make it, because you need time for yourself and you don't want to put yourself through a painful situation, to be honest. And people would, it's just an example, and your family would project and would go like, you're so selfish, why don't you want to see your family? It's a dinner, it's not every night, it's not every day, it's every month. And they would get into your head and guilt trip you into going
but because they want your energy. Yeah, they want something from you, maybe your energy, your attention. But pie 3, even though you get this conflict because of projection and people fear, you're doing the right thing by not going from that example, from standing your ground and give yourself like your space and time. If you can emotionally take this, or physically or spiritually take something, then don't, Even people make themselves go through hardship just because they can take it, or what they're supposed to do. Your divine feminine pie 3 is amazing because they know that they don't have to. The Empress never chase. She just sit and relax and feeling herself, just relax, just like have a great time by herself, and no one can tell her what to do. Yes. Pie 3, don't let anyone tell you what to do just because the family or they have a sob story or they need help or whatever. If you don't want to do them, yes, that's it. Your divine feminine is very knowledgeable, very like they have such a deep inner knowing, so always listen to your inner knowing. If you feel like I don't want to go to this family dinner, it's gonna drain me emotionally, then listen to that from that example. So yeah, I love your energy, pie 3. I love your masculine and your feminine. They're amazing. They're such powerful energy, are very powerful, very empowered. Oh, what is that? Empowerment? Yeah. This is the Whisper Love deck oracle. How can you connect more to your divine masculine? You got number 27, spiritual connection. A relationship has connection that goes beyond this lifetime. And 28, wow, for how can you connect more to your divine feminine? The union of hearts, a love connection defies explanation. Yes, your divine masculine and divine feminine is very powerful, like individually, and so when they together, you have the most union, the most beautiful, the most powerful energy within you, pie 3. And 28 is like, yes, you don't need to explain to anyone or anything about what you're doing, how you're feeling, if you don't want to. It's like people would demand an explanation from you. Like that example, they would go, why aren't you coming to the family dinner? Why? Give us a valid reason why. And you don't need to explain to those people why. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. You are your own boss, pie 3. And yes, I'm gonna read this one. Number 27. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Everything happens for a reason. Some people come into your life to help you learn a lesson, and they will make a real impact on your life. Yes, it really go with this. It's like you accept that. You accept that some people come into your life, even family, even like your best friend that did this, like see you as something that they can benefit from, not who you are, not real you. Yes, something like that happened, and you accept that. It's just a lesson, and it has nothing to do with you. You're amazing. You're amazing, and you have a lot to give. But in order for you to, let someone in, they have to earn that spot, right? They have to prove to you that they're really genuine and they have pure intention and they love you for who you are, not because what you do or what you can give or what they can benefit from you. Help you to listen, and they will make a real impact on your life, whether it be with a lover, a primary partner, or in a relationship for growth. Spiritual connection is important to you now. This card very gently reminds you to allow the universe to support you. You might be trying to control aspects of your life that are not within your power. Yes, this, like I said, your thing you need to work on, your weakness of your divine masculine, is that you are too guarded or too not trusting of people, which is, I know it's from, the experience, but maybe give that control to the universe. It's like, if people come into my life, the universe will, I trust myself to see them for who they are. Yes, yeah, you should. If you have a hard time trusting people or have a hard time discerning if you should trust this person or not, you should declare to the universe, I have this intention of, when people come into my life, I trust myself, or I trust the universe to show me who they are, who they really are. Yes, and that's all you can do, honestly, because people will show themselves who they are. You might be trying to control aspects of your life that are not within your power. When a connection has a spiritual basis, nurture it with love and surrender. Put a situation into the hands of the divine and ask that the outcome be for the highest good of all involved. Yes. A situation may be asking you to stretch yourself. Know that you are going to grow and expand during this phase, but try not to lose yourself. Communicate your needs and wants and listen to what is being shared. Two people look intently into each other's eye, reviewing the deep trust that exists between them. Deep trust. Their gaze exemplify their strong connection, a cord that seemed to originate from their crown chakra, connect the two individuals, and illustrate their strengthening spiritual bond. Take a moment to consider the unity that exists even when you are at odds with another. Consider how much can we reveal through love and understanding. Yes, express your need and you want more, or express yourself more. I have this quote that I give to myself. It's like, how can you know if you can trust someone is by trusting them, right? By you trusting them, you will definitely know if you can trust them or not after that. So, like I said, people will reveal themselves, and you have to, when you trust them and they show you who you are, you have to accept that this person can't be trusted, or this person can be trusted. Yes. How can you connect more to your divine feminine? A love connection, divine explanation. This is so special, unique, and cannot be defined in words. This love is comfortable and a perfect fit. It can be between parents and children, romantic partners, or in a special friendship. It is important to recognize the significant love has in your life. Shift your attention to the essential in your relationship. Celebrate the wealth of love present in your life. Yes, celebrate your divine feminine. This card is prompting you to redirect your awareness from your goals and desired outcome onto your relationship to your divine feminine. Like I mentioned, it's like you're going through your day working hard, but then you realize you need a nap, so you just like, okay, give way to that nap because you need it. And that nap is like, that example is like your divine feminine asking for attention, within you. It's like, I need a nap, and your masculine is like, okay, let's take one. So it's like you give into the needs of the divine feminine within you, and that created this union relationship. Because instead of divine masculine go like, oh, we don't need a nap, we just need to go finish the day and work harder. Yeah, that means you're denying the divine feminine. So you're actually doing great by taking a nap. Just an example. You don't have to wait for a special occasion to do something for someone you love. Send a note, a card, or a flower to let them know you truly value them and the part they play in your world. Yes, it's like you don't need a special occasion to take a nap. It's like you don't need to be extremely sick or like have the most horrible day ever to validate your nap, for example. So it's just an ordinary day and you're just tired, so you just take a nap. No special occasion needed for you to rest. 2 dryads embraced with complete abandon. Their encirclement represent the love that is present in a relationship. The colors green and yellow dominate this image, suggesting balance, healthy love, and
mutuality, mutuality. Sorry, I can't pronounce this word, but that's what I would describe your feminine and your masculine within you. Balance, healthy love, and this word. You are being reminded of the important, significant relationship have in your life. Reflect on the role love plays in your world. Pie 3, I'm gonna give you a poem to defy the Lion's Gate, which go with this lion card that you have. So yeah, the Lion's Gate. Yeah, number 88 may be significant as well because that's the Lion Gates. Lioness, from the depth of hell I crawl and survive. From the date of the dead I was renewed and revived. Every hardship past, the strength that I find in me, there's 1,000 lioness lies. Walk beside me on my left and on my right, my friends, my queens, your majesty. Through this journey we'll conquer our enemies and rise up in abundance inside and out. From now on, as I enter the Lion's Gate, victory is my fate. I feel like this poem really put together. This reading really represent your divine masculine and divine feminine, represent this energy of you really well. So yeah, and if you want to listen or read more of my original poetry, you can follow my Instagram or my Tumblr, and the masculine and the feminine energy is within you, and it can be reflected in your partner. Your partner might embody your masculine energy or your feminine energy, depending on these energy inside you. So yes, I hope this resonates, and yeah, thank you for listening. Bye.
Hello, Pie 4, whoever chooses this malachite. So checking in on your divine masculine and divine feminine. For your divine masculine, you got the dolphin with the strength, father of sword, and the 10 of wands with the quote, the best thing in life is already mine, and if the scar is deep, so is the love. And your divine masculine weakness is the magician and the ace of wands with the quote, what if everything you're going through is preparing you for what you asked for? And your divine feminine is represented by the crow, and the strength is the Daughter of Cups with the quote, I'm not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. And your divine feminine weakness is the Three of Cups. People like to focus on the thing they couldn't have. Your divine, I'm gonna start with your divine masculine, is the dolphin. Divine masculine is very intelligent, extremely intelligent. This is your strength. You are able to take a lot mentally, as in for example, if someone come at you with like a tons of information just pouring at you, the side of your masculine would be able to actually take it and even understand what's being said to you. So yeah, it's like that example. It's like when you ask someone for direction and they just give you a really long like direction, you know, like go straight, turn left, and then yeah, like really long direction. Some people, including me, would forget about that direction, but it seems your divine masculine have a good memory, as in they wouldn't remember that long direction and would actually follow the direction given like perfectly. So that's actually, yeah, your divine masculine has such a good memory as well. Maybe too good, because you remember everything. you do remember everything, like the good time in detail and also the bad time in detail. So it's like a double-edged sword if you remember everything, because some memory you want to forget some memories. Yeah, it seems like your divine masculine within you, pile 4, have this happy-go-lucky kind of persona, like so opposite of your divine feminine, like the presentation, like how you present yourself in the world seem different, but you know that dolphin and crow is one of the most intelligent animals, so you are extremely intelligent. But in your divine masculine, it's not as obvious, as in you don't really show that. Yeah, your divine masculine have such a good eye for detail, like I said, memory. It's like if you ask someone like what their favorite, I don't know, what their favorite color is, or if someone tell you something about themselves, you would remember it. Yeah, no matter how long, you would remember that detail, like, oh, this person loves this color, or this person is lactose intolerant or something like that. Yeah, you would remember like small detail about people, even though normal people wouldn't. Yeah, you have such a good memory and good eye for details. Your strength is the Father of Swords and the Wand. Like I said, you can take a lot mentally. You got number 10, and like if you add 7 and 3, it's 10. So 10 may be a number you see a lot. And 1 as well. 1, the Magician, is a 1, number 1. Okay, so your divine masculine strength, pile 4, is that you have a lot of mental energy. So you have a lot of ideas, and your idea is actually really genius. Actually, you have a very innovative mind. Your divine masculine is very active mentally, so they have, yeah, you might like to do like cerebral game like chess, puzzle, and this one of my favorite game, let me show you, this block party game. Yeah, you might like to play like game that stimulate your mind a lot. So pile 4, your divine masculine, yeah, you might love to play games, or you have a very deep or wild imagination. Your mind can be a powerful tool. Pile 4, your divine masculine have this mastery over their mind, and your divine masculine is very optimistic about their idea. It's like, I have this idea I want to start, and I know it will go great. Your divine masculine spirit is very strong. And another ability of your divine masculine is you can multitask, I believe. Yes, it's like you can work on multiple projects or do multiple things at once without being confused. So like, for example, you might when you're cooking, you might cook, but you also might be when you cook, you can cook like 3 different meals at the same time. Some people would get confused and like mess up, but you would be able to do it. Pile 4, you can like make 3 different dishes at the same time. That's such an amazing skill, honestly. And your divine masculine is very psychic, as well as your divine feminine, of course. But your divine masculine might have the ability to astral travel. When you dreaming and you yeah, astral travel, as well as, yes, like I mentioned, it seems like your divine masculine has such a good memory. You might be able to even remember your dream. Like some people would wake up and like don't remember what they were dreaming about, but your divine masculine have this ability to touch or to grasp the memories or remembrance or energy of your dream, and you would be able to remember your dream, maybe even in detail. So yes, it seems like your divine masculine have a lot of skill, and this is just for some of you, not all of you. You might have ADHD, just for some of you, not all of you. If you don't resonate, that's fine, because I was picking up that hyperactive energy. And your divine masculine weakness or thing you need to work on is the Magician. This is the major arcana, and the Ace of Wands, which these two have such a familiar vibe, right? Like one. And the card, what if everything you're going through is preparing you for what you asked for? Yes, 5-4. You have such a wild imagination, and you have such an innovative mind, your divine masculine, but it seems like it's active in the mental realm. So something you need to work on is you might have a hard time actually starting your project. It's like you do have a lot of project idea and you do have a lot of optimistic about them, but it's hard for you to actually start or actually put it together, even though you have already prepared and like you have everything needed to start a project. Like the magician have all the elements to create something. And like I said about your strength, is like you can multitask or you can do multiple projects at once, and that could be again a double-edged sword, as in it's hard for you to concentrate on one project. Like your weakness or something you need to work on is number one. Yeah, it's like you feel like you want or you need to concentrate on 10 projects at once, and it's hard for you to just concentrate on one thing and do one thing and finish one thing, even though that one thing can be finished in like in a very short period of time, but if you keep doing that with other projects, it's gonna take longer. For example, like if you have a plot for a book, right? Like for a book, and you already like finished the book in your head, you just have to write it out, and that would take you like not long, like a week max. But that week you also writing other book that like different, so it's like you're going back and forth, and instead of finishing that book in a week, it take you like maybe a month, because you were distracted and was writing also on the book, even though this one is you already have the plot and you already know what you're gonna write. Yeah, it's like that. It's like you have a hard time finishing things, but yeah, you have a hard time finishing things, your divine masculine, but you actually don't mind starting thing. Like I mentioned, I did say that you might like have a hard time starting thing, even though you have all the elements, and that's true as well. But also when you finally start your thing, your project, your book, you also have a hard time finishing it. So yeah, because your mind is very fast, honestly, and it's just too fast for the 3D world, I guess. And your mind like to be stimulated, like a dopamine hit, dolphin. Yeah. One of your strengths is you are able to process things really fast and really well. Like, so when like something happened, like a traumatic event or something horrible, just an example, you are able to process that like quickly as well, deeply as well as thoroughly. It isn't like stuck in your head and you have to relive or replay or get triggered by that. It's like, yeah, your energy, your divine masculine is very cleansing, I guess, like very clean, very like straightforward, even though you have such a deep mind and imagination. Yeah, you're like a walking contradiction, honestly, because you can see your divine masculine is a dolphin, but your divine feminine is crow, and your divine masculine is a water side, which is a feminine. Yeah, so you're like, your divine masculine is very contradicting, but in a good way, because that make you very interesting or even complicated, but in a good way, you know, like very deep, very what is that word? Okay, like people would look at you and think you're happy-go-lucky, but actually you're very deep and intense, but in a good way, and you have a lot of actually knowledge and fact about certain topic or things. You know a lot of things. For your divine masculine have a deep knowledge of some topic, or like, yeah, very like, so the king of swords, very even professional level level of knowledge. Yeah, you know, like for example, like programming or engineering, even though you don't look it, like, because you don't, when I say you don't look it, because you didn't study like programming in school or whatever, people would think, oh, what, this person wouldn't know. But actually, just an example, you might actually feel personally interested in programming, so you took it on yourself and self-study at home, and you might even know a lot about programming to the point of like, really, you could get a degree on it if you want, you know what I mean? Like, you have very fast brain, if you know what I mean. You very absorb your brain absorb information really easily, quickly, and thoroughly. It's like information doesn't go over your head. Yeah, so that's your divine masculine. So pile 4, your divine feminine, is represented by the crow, and your strength is the daughter of cup, with I'm not what happened to me and what I choose to become, and your weakness or something you need to work on is the tree of cup. People like to focus on the thing they couldn't have. There's a lot of birds, so bird might represent your divine feminine. This is an air sign, and air is masculine air, so yeah, this color, rainbow color, so pretty. Yeah, your divine feminine is very mysterious, you could say, very spiritual. This divine feminine within you, pile 4, the divine feminine is very psychic, very spiritual, very deep, the same as the masculine, and have like a niche knowledge, the same as masculine. Like for example, I mentioned programming, but the divine feminine might have a deep niche knowledge of spirituality, like astrology, palmistry, tarot reading, even crystal, you know, like crystal ball reading. Yeah, and to be honest, not a lot of people know about this side of you. You tend to present this side of you more, your masculine side, your dolphin, like happy-go-lucky kind of personality, kind of energy. So your feminine energy is more hidden. Not a lot of people know you have this side, because you feel like it's too intense for people, I guess. You know, like for example, if you meet people, you would like present this energy, because this energy is more receptive or more accepted, I guess, because when you meet people and if you present this energy and you start talking about deep spiritual thing, karmic cycle, astrology, people would look at you weird, I guess. It's just an example, so that's why you keep this side a bit tight inside you, I guess. Yeah. High 4, your divine feminine strength is daughter of cup. I'm not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. Your strength high for your divine feminine strength is you're very rich in creativity, imagination, and psychic energy, spirituality. You love to learn or start project, especially in the creative field, and you are open to it, like just like your divine masculine, where they love to start a lot of project. Your divine feminine is the same. They love to like learn and dive in something to a lot of project that inspire them. Like for example, if you're interested in palmistry, right, you would self-taught and get into it and like start learning about it without hesitation, because even though it's not a common topic to want to do, like if you just example, if you ask people around you like, oh, are you interested in palmistry, of course the majority would say no. So you know that what you're interested in is very different from the norm or the society. Your divine feminine have this deep urge or deep interest in arcane knowledge or like topic that not really popular, if you know what I mean. Not really like spirituality. Yeah, for example, if you people around you, are they even spiritual? You know what I mean? And not just an example, not all of them would be. So you accept that you're interested in a very specific topic, and you wouldn't mind like starting alone, diving into it, like learning about it. Be open to this kind of learning, even though it's not the norm. Even though you do have this divine masculine, you do have this interest in what is the norm or accepted, like for example programming, and you pick that up really fast. You pick up information really fast in terms of normal information, like programming, engineering, technology, blah blah. But you also have it in your divine feminine. You pick up things that aren't considered a normal topic of study, like spirituality, palmistry, astrology, tarot, really well as well. For your divine feminine and divine masculine is very, very intelligent. Like the dolphin and the crow are, I would consider them the most intelligent animal. Like they're so smart. Your weakness or thing you need to work on is the 3 of Cups. With people like to focus on the thing they couldn't have, and you feel quite different or alone in your interests, because like I said, you would, like if you're interested in palmistry for example, and and if you actually ask people around you, like even your best friend, your family, like, oh, you interested in palmistry, I don't think none of them would be. So you feel very like, am I the only one who actually interested in this? And that's very lonely, right? If you are the only one who liked the thing you like but people doesn't care about it, it's just an example. Yeah. So, and you feel like, yeah, you feel like you are alone in your interest or alone in your niche or even in your spirituality, and you want a companion, a friend, a community, that like spiritual community, something like that. And that's why you don't really show your divine feminine, because it's interested in the very kind of not taboo, but like very unconventional thing, and you're afraid that people will look at you weird or like see you different just because you love tarot reading and stuff, and that's just your fear that people wouldn't accept your divine feminine interest. People would look at you weird or wouldn't accept this side of you, this divine feminine, who's like honestly like a witch inside, and you wish that you have like a coven, I guess, just an example of a witch, a friend with you, because it is sometimes very lonely or very isolated, you could say, to be interested in things. Like you would try to, for example, if you like hang out with your friend and you would try to bring up like, oh, I study astrology and today is like a new moon, and new moon is about, or the planet Jupiter is in Taurus right now, actually, yeah, and you would talk about this astrology fact, and your friend wouldn't have a clue, and they were like, what are you talking about? It's so boring, something like that, and you would feel a bit weird and a bit like, like a just sad, just a bit sad that people just don't get it. Yeah, and it's honestly pie 4. Don't ever feel like what you're interested in is bad or is like taboo or whatever, just because people aren't open as you to this kind of knowledge. Don't ever stop like studying or be interested in things that you interested in, even if no one else is, because we gotta honor our divine feminine, honor this part of ourselves that are different, because different doesn't equal bad or anything. Different just that's just who we are, and we have to accept that life is more than the eyes can see. Life is deeper than that, and you can feel it. Pie 4, you can feel this magic. You can see this energy in the world, that all is not what it seems, and you're right, this world is not what it seems, and you know that, and even if not a lot of people know that, it's fine, just it's not their time yet, but it is your time, Pie 4, to be, you might already be awakened. Yeah, I think so, or else you wouldn't be watching this. So yeah, it's not their time, like people around you, to be awakened yet, but it is your time and you are awakened, so you gotta accept that. And just continue your seek of knowledge. Just continue to study on what you love, because one day there will be a day where someone will respond, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, you never know, you met a new friend and you bring up palmistry, just an example, and they would go, oh, I also study palmistry, let's talk about it in detail. Something like that. You never know, that might happen. So never stop studying or be interested in what you are interested in. I don't know what that is, but yeah, because you will find your soul family. Definitely you will find your tribe, and they will be very, very interested in the same thing that you do. Like I was saying, you would, in the public, you would embody the dolphin more, your divine masculine, but if you have this urge or this instinct or this intuition to be the crow in the public, like I said, suddenly bring up palmistry. It's just an example. This spiritual, this mysterious, this witch side of you in public, or in like a group that you feel like you feel safe to do so. If you have this intuition, oh, I want to be the crow today in public or in this group, then you should do so, Pie 4, because you never know who might pop up, as in your soul tribe, your soul family might be in that group, and they wouldn't find you if you are they can't tell if you are the dolphin, because your divine feminine is hidden. So if you feel the intuition to be the crow that day in public, please do so, because just something that I pick up. You connect to your divine masculine and divine feminine. I got this Whisper of Love Oracle deck. So how can you connect to your divine masculine is number 17. Have patience, love is patient and kind always. And then for how can you connect to your divine feminine, you got number 5. Simple act of kindness. Kindness energizes you and bring happiness to those around you. Yes. Number 17. Oh, 33 might be your number as well. Love is patient and kind. Work on being more patient. If you lack patience with others, remember that they are human and different from you. If your impatience has to do with an outcome, know your prayers are being answered. Have a little more patience. Yes, this is what I mean by you having like hard time starting or finishing project, or even if you start, you have a hard time finishing it. So because you feel like when you start something, it should be, the outcome should be there by now, right? Maybe you are a little bit impatient of the outcome. It's like for example, I already started this YouTube channel. Why isn't there like progress in this? Why isn't there like or subscriber? So you would just not finish it, or not like just leave it. So you might need a little bit more patience with your project, or what your creation, your project, what thing you started. Give a bit more patience to your divine masculine to see the result, because it might take a little bit more time than you expect. Don't just like leave it and suddenly start a new project. Just have more patience. You might be in a tense situation that is beyond your control. Be aware of the thoughts that precede any frustration or anxious feeling. Pay attention to yourself. Talk. All things arrive in their perfect time. Try to distract yourself while you are waiting for things to come to fruition. Engage in an activity that will occupy your time. The time will magically pass while you are otherwise engrossed. Look for a way to be patient. A small child contemplates water while flowing on a lotus flower. Lotus flower rise from still and muddy water to prove grace and beauty can come from gloomy circumstances. Behind the girl, waterfalls flow into the body of water that she glides on. This may indicate an arrival from various point and not one singular event. Yes, you might have like your brain, your divine masculine, your brain is so fast, you might have a hard time like listening to people's story, because you already know what they're gonna say, or the story they're telling is predictable and you already know how it's gonna end. But maybe give a little bit more patience to people, because also compassion, because people are not as fast as you are. So keep that in mind. On how you can connect to your divine feminine is number 5. Simple act of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. One of the amazing aspects of love is that it supports the giver and the receiver. When you show care to others, you create further opportunities for kindness. When others are kind to us, it motivates us to pass that kindness on, demonstrate kindness, and bring more love into the world. Kindness can make the world a better place. Kindness has the satisfying ability to help you feel happier and more energized when you give it to someone. There are many simple ways to offer kindness, such as opening a door, holding the elevator, smiling at someone, or giving a compliment. Kindness is contagious and can have a lasting impact. A young boy wearing feathers feeds a squirrel. A variety of animals gather around him. The squirrel suggests it is time to create a space for giving. As you give, so you will receive. The feathers on the boy's head represent your ability to become inspired. Act in kindness and see if you are motivated to do more. If you are
connected to another animal in the card, it may have a message for you. Sit with its image and see what comes forth. So kindness, yes, give this side your divine feminine kindness, because people might not give you that, you know. People might look at you weird or like think you're weird for being spiritual, just an example. So please give yourself the kindness you deserve, because it's not weird, it's just, you know, thing you're interested in. It's just different. Never equate bad or weird. But society seems to get that wrong. But you know better, Pie 4, that your feminine side, your witch side is perfectly normal. Pie 4, I'm gonna give you a poem. This poem, number 33, is called Daughter, and I actually posted on my Instagram, so if you want to go see. And yeah, I'm just gonna read it. It's called Daughter. There's a softness to you that the world can't touch. There's a faraway look in your eyes that realities don't brush. You are the kindest human alive, and for you, kindness isn't a choice, it's a must. And there's an energy to you that people just trust, and your faith in the divine that cannot be rivaled. When they talk, you listen. You can hear their voices sending so much love it hurt. You recognize that you are one with this universe. It seems both your divine masculine and especially your divine feminine know that there's more to this world than meet the eye. It's like you know that everything is connected, you know, the law of oneness, and you know that all is not what it seems, you know, and you know that there's more to the world than this surface level conversation, or, you know, you have this connection, you would say, to the spirit realm, to the universe, and that's actually a gift by 4, very rare. So please nurture that or be proud of that. So yeah, if you want to read more of my original poetry, you can follow me on Instagram or Tumblr. And yeah, I also do like a pick a card reading, a written one in Tumblr, if you want to check that out. And yeah, bye. Thank you for listening. Bye.